Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bells every time I drop a video. You will be the first to know about it. So the other day, if y'all remember, I did a video on Al Sharpton and his coonish ways of trying to stop the ban of menthol cigarettes because he said it was racially motivated, and just how ignorant that sounded. And most of you guys, felt the same way I felt. You know what I'm saying? Went at him hard. And rightfully so, because this guy's been a grifter since day one, and we know most stuff he does is for money, right? We already know that. We just know he's got to get paid. So anyway, this is a piggyback on that story, because now this story says that the Biden administration is going to delay the ban on menthol cigarettes until 2024. Now let's just get into the story, and so we can break it down while we read along. This is from CNN.com, and it says critics charge political concerns have led Biden administration to delay long-awaited ban on menthol cigarettes. Really? Let's see. It says long-awaited federal rules that would ban menthol flavoring in cigarettes have been delayed, angering health advocates who charge that the Biden administration has postponed the ban to avoid alienating black voters who disproportionately smoke menthol flavored tobacco products. Now, that whole paragraph is just messed up, because one, you can postpone a ban on menthol cigarettes because you don't want to hurt the black votes. That shows just how little he respects, or just the Democrat Party as a whole disrespects black people in this country, because you're not addressing major issues like, as we talk about, the reparations. You're not addressing the anti-black hate crime bill, where statistically it shows. Now, these are statistics that you should be worried about. That FBI shows that we are the most hated on racially in this country, but yet we didn't have a specific bill, but you gave one to the Asian community. What did I say? Reparations, hate crime in the George Floyd bill to try to get these police to get some MAG rights. All that stuff you're doing studies on, you're looking on. We'll get back with you in the future. Remember, don't forget about our brother Ice Cube, better known as O'Shea Jackson. Him and some other brothers came up with a plan for Black America, which nobody's talking about no more. I don't know why not, because that should be at the forefront of these politics, along with the reparations. He brought that up, and Biden was saying that we're not in politics, right? We're not in the White House right now, but once we get in the White House, they said they would talk to him. Ice Cube said he ain't heard a word from him since. Man been in the White House for 3 years, so they kind of pushed him to the side on that. But like I said, that should still be put out in the forefront. So, with that being said, the thing is, now you have no problem with looking out for black people when it comes to catching cancer. Let's just be honest. That's what you think about us. I don't want to mess your boat up, and I'm going to kill you in the process. Anyway, on Wednesday afternoon, the federal government published its regulatory to-do list, officially known as a unified agenda of regulatory and deregulatory actions. The final menthol rule is now expected in March, according to the calendar. The move comes amid intense lobbying by the tobacco industry to block the ban. It says in the last few weeks, the tobacco industry has increased pressure on the White House to delay or stop the advancement of these rules. The tobacco industry will do anything to protect their profits at the expense of public health, says Harold Wimmer, chief executive officer of the American Lung Association, in the statement. Now, what's the big deal on menthol cigarettes? They make it easier to smoke squares. Basically, it's a smoother taste, smoother feel. It goes down smoother, so it makes it easier for you to get lung cancer and any other kind of cancer that you, and for your lung and for your organs to shut down and fail, things of that nature. That's all. That's all it is. But what's the problem is you have people who really are lobbying to keep this poison in the community or just in the world in general. It's bad enough. I mean, you might as well just go and get rid of cigarettes as it is. It's bad enough that it's legal. Bad enough that alcohol is legal. Like, seriously. I mean, like I said, I used to drink. I ain't never smoked. I used to smoke Black and Milds years ago, but not for a long time. But other than that, I mean, you're talking about legalizing and making it easily accessible to get this kind of poison. And it's just unacceptable, but they're fighting hard to keep this in our community. But let me keep going. The administration has originally planned to have the rule finalized by August of this year. The government later signaled that the rule was coming before the end of the year. Now the rules are not expected until March at the earliest. The delay of the new rule was first posted by the Washington Post. Let me tell you, they're going to do this like they did George Floyd bill, like they did Planet Black America, like they did the student loan forgiveness program, right? And we saw that as a grift from the jump. It's like, hey, that's for to get them young votes, saying that they're going to do everything in their power to pass this bill so most of and millions of students can get their student loans wiped out. But they kept pausing, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, the Republicans are keeping us from doing this. They won't, they acting like legislation and laws won't allow us to do it. And then in the end, it's like, oh, we can't do it. When we knew from the jump that it wasn't going to happen because they couldn't legally do it. Because if they could, they just go ahead and get it done. You see what I'm saying? You got to understand these laws just that much. They could have, because they had the majority in Congress, the Democrats. But they waited, passed it off. Don't say, oh, we're going to wait. Oh, no, we're trying. Vote came. Man got in office. I mean, all of them, the midterm elections? All of them people got in the office, and then it just fell off. Like, oh, we can't do it, but we'll try it again. But they letting like a few people off. They keep allowing some people's student loans to fall off, but most of them are for these for-profit schools that are shut down or overcharging anyway. So, it's not like for people that's going to like regular state or like universities, colleges, saying we're going to wipe your student debt, or at least, like I said, get rid of all that interest, because the interest is crazy. That's what's really holding people back. Need to redo that interest rate. The public calendar of the Biden administration's meeting around a regulatory action shows that in the past month, 41 meetings have been scheduled on the menthol rule. 38 were with tobacco industry groups and their allies, while the other 3 were with public health groups. 38. So that means they got money from these tobacco industry groups 38 times. At least we are still, and calling it a meeting. Come on now. We are still waiting to hear back from them. They have not scheduled a meeting with us yet, said Erica Sward, the American Lung Association's National Assistant Vice President of Advocacy, adding that the group made its request for a meeting with the Biden administration a month ago. Well, you probably ain't got enough money to see the president. That's probably what the problem is. You ain't got money compared to the tobacco industry, so it's probably not gonna happen no time soon. Let's see. Somebody said it doesn't usually take this long to get a meeting. She said the Lung Association has every reason to believe that any potential delay will be because of the tobacco industry and their conversations with the White House. Sward said. It say, now check this out. And I see you say tobacco industry cites police violence. They said the same thing, like what do you call it? Al Biden, Al Green, whatever, Al Sharpton. It says one group that did meet with the administration was the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives, or NOBLE. Alongside the organization's executive director at the session was a former lawmaker turned lobbyist for the cigarette company Altra, which is also one of the sponsors for Noble. So you supposed to be a group for black law enforcement, and you trying to keep these cigarettes in the community. Okay. But check this out. 2 other organizations that have received funding from the tobacco industry were in attendance as well. Reverend Al Sharpton's National Action Network and the National Newspaper Publishers Association. Interesting. 24 Biden administration officials, including U.S. Food and Drug Administration Commissioner Dr. Robert Khalif and U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services Xavier Becerra, were also on the roster. Now, let's see, because I'm trying to find where in the heck it says tobacco industry has been working to align itself with African-American advocates. You can't do that. This is what I'm saying. This is worse than drug dealers passing out turkeys and giving out shoes for Christmas and stuff. You're destroying the community, but you want to help. You want to work with the community to do something positive to show that y'all care. You can show that you care about getting into some other kind of business and helping our people kick this habit and finding something else to do, getting them into knitting, crocheting, or the chess club or something like that, but not doing this. It says among its arguments against the ban is that it would criminalize the flavor of cigarettes preferred by black smokers, leading to an underground market on the goods. It points to the police killing Eric Garner, a black man accused of selling loose cigarettes. What they got to do with that has nothing to do with Dame Menthol cigarettes. Dude was just selling loose cigarettes. That's all. Hell, he would have sold Virginia Slims if he had them. What are you talking about? Lord have mercy. What else? Many other African-American advocacy organizations have long fought for a ban on menthol cigarettes, however, because of their heavy impact on black lives. Thank you. African-Americans suffer disproportionately from being addicted to cigarettes and the effects of long-term tobacco use. It seems only correct to make it the next step in the interest of the black community to ban menthol, the last allowable flavor, which is and has always been known as a flavor that African Americans have preferred and highly utilized. NAACP said in a statement supporting the menthol ban on its website. Damn, NAACP actually came through on something. You know what I'm saying? Sure, next thing you know, they need to start banning slits and malt liquor. But anyway, I don't want to read this whole thing because it's a long article. I'll put a link in the description. It says experts say ban would save many lives, which it would. It say there are about 500,000 deaths related to tobacco use in the U.S. Where roughly 200,000 of those are attributable to menthol cigarettes. So that means people just dying. And like I say, these people are fighting for this. Al Sharpton ought to be ashamed. Can't even call that man Rev, because that ain't what you are advocating. That's not what you showing. You showing that you are a demon, a spawn of Satan. It say that a 2020 study showed that while 43% of all adult smokers smoke menthols, more than 83% of black smokers did. Only about 30% of white smokers chose menthol. Like I say, put this in the description box. Again, it shows you like I say, Al Sharpton, they in his pockets, or he in their pockets. Well, they in his pockets because they putting money in his pockets. So you see that, and that's why he's lobbying for this nonsense, man. You can't even look yourself in the mirror. You shouldn't be able to, and calling yourself a man of God and a preacher and pushing for the advocacy of some doggone me cigarettes. Forget the taste. You just pushing for it. So anyway, tell me what y'all think about this. But yeah, like I said, I think it's just a political ploy. They're gonna keep pushing it back to try to keep the black vote. Push it all the way back to, and probably see how much money they can get. Probably using that money to put it in the super PAC or whatever to help support campaigns. Then when by the time the elections comes, they either gonna say we tried to ban it, and they're gonna say we passed it, so now we're just waiting for legislation to pass it, and it's gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? We'll keep spinning. He'll become president. He'll get all the black votes he wants. At least everybody smokes square menthol cigarettes, Newports, and then they're gonna turn around and say, "Oh, we couldn't ban it because Republicans wouldn't let us do it." It's the same thing. We got to be, hopefully we at a point, a lot of us, 'cause I know I am, you got to show me something first. It's as simple as that. It's no more making promises. Okay, I'm gonna vote for you, and then promises are broken. No, you got to do something first. Simple as that. Ban these cigarettes. Let's do the reparations and bring Ice Cube and his group back so we can get that plan for Black America in place before you think we're going to vote for you anyway. But with that being said, leave your comments below and then share it with the world. And with that being said, I leave you in peace and I'll see you on the other side.